What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber. As always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Got a story I'm going to talk to you about today out of Cleveland, Ohio. And it's about, this happened a couple days ago, and it's about an 11-year-old boy. Get this, an 11-year-old boy that was stabbed in his back by a little girl during a fight in the street. Little boy survived. He's supposedly hospitalized right now. Blade was inches away from his lungs. But I mean, as children, we all remember being kids, you know, and having fun and playing around and, you know, just doing what kids do. Nowadays, just being in the street, any disagreement between children is almost as deadly as a disagreement between adults. Here's the story.
An 11-year-old stabbed, and Cleveland police are updating us on this violent fight. It happened in the Huff neighborhood. Harry Boomer outside the 3rd District Police Station, live now with more on what happened last night and the investigation, Harry.
That's right, Nicole. Police tell us 19 News that the young female attacker apparently went into a nearby house on Ansel Road, came out with a knife, and allegedly stabbed the boy as he tried to flee when it turned into a fight down the street from where he lives.
My son just got stabbed by a girl. She jumped on my oldest son, jumped on my niece.
Ma'am, calm down. Do you need EMS or?
Yes, I need EMS.
That's a call to 911 for help from a frantic mother concerned because her 11-year-old son had just been stabbed in the back, literally.
My son just got stabbed by a little girl. She got a knife. She's running up the street right now.
Her 11-year-old boy is said to be in critical condition after being injured around 9 last night here at East 95th Street and Ansel Road. Some say the incident started as a game but soon turned violent. A man who opened the door to the house where the boy lives didn't want to be on camera, but he did tell us this.
She almost punctured his lung.
Wow.
Yeah, because I talked to the mama last night, but she was telling me, oh, he got stabbed, he got stabbed. And I seen it on Facebook, and all I know, she told me he got 6 to 12 stitches because she took him up there about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
That's all I know.
A neighbor said the boy sustained a knife wound in his shoulder blade area on his left side. Cleveland EMS rushed the 11-year-old boy to the hospital from East 95th near Ansel Road in the Huff neighborhood. Police have identified a person of interest resulting from that stabbing last night.
He don't bother nobody. He don't do none of that. He's just a good, great kid in their neighborhood. He's a sweetheart and everything.
How do you feel about his being stabbed?
That's crazy. That's real crazy.
Police have not yet told us who the victim is nor the person of interest. We know that both are very young people who the young man who got stabbed in his back is alive, and that's an important thing. Outside the 3rd District Police Station, I'm Harry Boomer, 19 News.
That's crazy, right? You know what's funny? It's like kids can't even be kids no more because they're exposed to too much stuff that a long time ago, you know, you would keep them away from, like violent movies and talking about crazy stuff in front of them. Nowadays, these kids are exposed to stuff they shouldn't be exposed to, and it's changing their psyche and how they see things in the world. I remember when I was a kid, a lot of you guys could too. You remember Saturday morning cartoons? Something they don't do no more. Used to have Saturday morning cartoons on all the major networks. For some odd reason, they stopped that. All the stories were good stories. They teach something at the end. Kids would look forward to that. Favorite bowl of cereal, sitting down, watching your favorite cartoon, getting up early. And it gave kids a reason to get up and not sleep in and all this other stuff. A little girl just stabbed an 11-year-old boy. I want you to think about that. It's not even fun being a kid no more. Not only do you have to worry about, predators and stuff trying to do something to you as a children, and that's on the rise, but now you got to compete with each other to where when things go south, they really go south. A little girl stabbed a boy in the back during a fight. They say it started off as some plaything and then it got serious. So she stabbed him, then ran down the damn street. So what she do? Go get the knife and then come back? That's some extreme anger issues right there. Another thing is, a lot of times you see these kids doing this, a lot of times they're lashing out from things they seen in the house, or a lot of them come from houses that are centered around violence in the home. And these kids deal with problems the way problems are dealt with in the home, where these kids are coming up and seeing this. It's crazy out here. It is. That makes no sense for an 11-year-old boy to be sitting up in some hospital, stabbed in the back by a kid he most likely played with. And it's a girl at that. Girl at that. So where do we go from here? Seriously, there are some people out here that are beyond repair. That little girl stabbing that boy learned nothing positive from that experience. If anything, that hurt her more in life than helped her. Because now she knows what a weapon of a knife can use when you upset and you want to get somebody to do your bidding. Now, is that always the case? No. But I mean, cases like this where they get to fight, and I don't know what the whole thing was about, but it shouldn't have came to something like that. And they know who the little girl is. So you think this is going to be over? You seen the mom standing there, she was pissed off. That boy's 11 years old. He's 2 years older than my little girl. Just thinking about, thinking back at the age of my child and an 11-year-old kid or something, I can't even fathom getting a call or having to rush my kid to the hospital because they were stabbed in the street by kids they usually play with. What kind of anger is that? How does that come to where somebody's so hateful that they just do something like that out of anger or hate? Don't know. But I mean, kids can't even be kids nowadays in the street or in their homes a lot of times. We have lost our way. We have severely lost our way. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything now, especially dealing with culture, is like kill first, then console later. We got to stop this because this whole thing is out of whack. For real. This is a whole big what the fuck type video. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I always watch my kids when they was outside. I always did when they went outside and played and whatever. Now, Texas is really hot. You only see kids outside like that during the day. But anytime my daughter was outside or was outside over here with me, I'm out there with her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just watching my kid. I'm watching other kids too to make sure they safe out there in the midst of playing with my child. You don't see that too much no more neither. Everybody's singled out and everybody's for themselves. We need to start looking out for each other again. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Oh yeah, and another thing real quick before I leave out of here. I want you to start looking at kids. Just look at them in general. You see a lot of kids are disturbed, it seems like. Their mindsets, a lot of times they're disturbed. You see a lot of kids now, even at a younger age, saying things that grown-ups talk about and know what they talking about. Or doing things that grown-ups do. Long time ago, you ain't want your kids to play with certain kids because you might say, oh, they're fast, they're considered fast or mannish in their nature. Nowadays, it's almost, every kid is almost like that in some way or another, whether they in your presence or outside of your presence. And that's the part that's crazy. It's too much exposure to kids, a lot of them coming from broken homes and chaotic backgrounds that make them who they are. And once it's in them, you can't get it out of them. And stuff like this continues to happen.